Hi, I'm Denise and welcome to this series made for trainers and lecturers. In this video, I'm talking about discussion forums. In the online space, we don't want our students passively receiving information. We want them to actively engage with content to create meaning and understanding. And a good way to do that is to actually build on their knowledge, their opinions, their life experiences, and to get them to bring that into the learning. And that helps the student generate new knowledge in a way that actually makes sense to them. Discussion forums are actually a great way to do this, and they don't have to be a drain on your time as the educator to make them effective. So in this video, I'm sharing my tips for how to make discussions work for you. First clear principle is to have a purpose. Now, I know that sounds really obvious. But what happens is when we've been teaching a topic a lot in a lecture theatre or a training room and we're really familiar with it, when we move to the online space, our flow gets interrupted, and so we do things differently. So having a really clear purpose that is a very specific moment in time for our discussion is really important. You don't want to say, discuss this learning topic. You want to be really specific about which piece of the learning and what they're doing with it. Also, set very clear expectations for your students. Them bringing a fact or an opinion are two very different things. So let them know what it is that you're asking from them. And one way to do this is to have a very good structure. So I'll share with you the structure that I use when I'm doing discussions. I always think about it in terms of the educator having a role and the student having a role. So the first thing I always do is to spark interest. And I like to do that with a humanized video. You don't have to come in here to the studio to make a really slick production. Just do a selfie video with your smartphone or your webcam. But humanizing yourself and letting them see that you're excited about this topic and that there's genuine interest and energy around it is really important. So a really quick video to kick things off. Introduce a meaningful problem, something for them to wrangle with. Set the tone and expectations. And let the students know that you expect them to show up. In the second stage, I recommend maybe kicking things off with a task, getting them to do something. We find things like memes, getting them to brainstorm, a friendly debate, creating a mind map, those sorts of things are really good discussion starters. And what you want your students to do is to really bring their own ideas to life. You are not super active, you're present, so the students know you're there and you've got them. So you're creating sort of like this safety net that I'm here for you, but you are not super active during this stage. This is their time to be active. You then step back up the front in the third stage where you resolve the key lesson. Make sure that you really summarize what the key point was or what they got out of it, what they should have gotten out of it. And maybe you use this time to spark the next topic. Couple of other ideas for you to play with and experiment with. I like to also include a playful task right at the beginning. Now, memes. I don't know why this works, but it does. And what we've been noticing is that when we ask our students to create a meme, they love to be funny. So the student jumps into the discussion platform to share their funny meme. But then they jump back in because they want to see who laughed at or liked their meme. And then they're jumping back in to see who else said something funny and how somebody else did it and what pictures somebody else might have used. And so what we're creating in that first 24 or 48 hours is this habit of them jumping back in to see what's going on. So you grab that with both hands and you run with it. So don't know why memes are working, but they seem to be really popular. Other ideas that I've tried and that have worked really well is to actually put the students in charge. So sometimes if I have a 5-day topic, I'll get 5 students to take it in turns to host for a day. And those students are actually really good at nagging their peers to join in on the day they're hosting. Sometimes I'll get groups to take it in turns over the course of a semester. And what's great about that is I encourage them to be really creative, and then you can steal the ideas that worked the best for your own work the next semester. So crowdsource task ideas. Your students are actually really creative about how to make discussions work for them. So have a conversation with them about how to make discussions useful for everybody. Don't forget to visit us at teachingonline.com.au for other resources, and thank you so much for tuning in.